Well, we all deal with depression and hardship in different ways. One Monahans crane operator overcame his divorce by putting pen to paper. Marcus Risen has his story.
Paul Smith Peter might look like just an ordinary West Texan who lives in Monahans.
I work here at Winch and Wrench as a crane operator.
But do most crane operators have a book published to their name?
When I got off of work, I would go home and start writing. Sometimes I only wrote a couple of sentences or a paragraph. Other days I wrote a couple pages.
Until eventually, he finished his first book, Jude.
The insistent black fly continued to pursue and pester him. If its assault ebbed or increased, the presence had long departed Jude Ballister's consciousness miles ago.
Peter, who uses the pen name P.S. Granville, recently had his book published by the Dorrance Publishing Company.
Jude is basically about a man who finds himself thrown into a world where he's no longer fighting his battles on a spiritual plane, he's fighting them physically. So basically his spiritual demons have manifested in the flesh. So he has to conquer these things one by one, basically, and for him to die physically is the same as a spiritual death. The attacker raged and seemed to double its force. Ballister walked, seemingly oblivious, and with less purpose than that of the maddened fly. His body...
Inspired by authors like Cormac McCarthy and Charles Dickens, 49-year-old Peter found his passion much later in life than most.
Frothy and bright red on his right side, between his ribs.
And he figured this out when he was at his lowest.
I started writing Jude after my divorce, struggling with a lot of things, alcoholism and just depression, generally. And I just really needed to grab a hold of something.
And what he grabbed a hold of was pen and paper.
I just started writing the book. The more I started writing, the more it just came to me.
For Peter, his 10-year-old daughter and 12-year-old son are also helping him on his writing journey. His daughter Reagan is dyslexic, but goes out of her way to read her dad's work, having read about 28 pages of Jude.
It is pretty neat because she's so excited about it. She wants to read it. Because it's her dad, she's definitely doing her best to get through the book and read it.
And much to his daughter's approval, Peter's next novel, Cowgirls Don't Cry, has a teenage girl as the hero, heavily inspired by his favorite girl in the world.
I have to dedicate this book to my children because when I first spoke to my kids about what I was writing next, I put it on the back burner for a while, and my daughter, you know, being 9, she's like, "Dad, when are you gonna write Cowgirls Don't Cry?" You know, she just wouldn't let me let it go. She refused to let that go.
Making his children happy while also finding his passion, turning a time that was negative in his life into something positive.
I wasn't looking for this. I was just looking for a way to save myself. Finding whatever it is that you're passionate about, if you can grab onto that and want that more than you do the addiction or the problems that you're going through in life, if you can grab a hold of that and it can overpower those other things, there's got to be something that you want more than that addiction or that problem that keeps dragging you back down.
And for Peter, that's his kids. And they helped him find that passion at the ripe age of 49.
I don't ever want to stop doing this.
In Wicked, I'm Marcus Risen, News West 9.